Hey guys, and welcome to my top 10 worst anime for 2016. Now, this list is what I've watched in 2016, and to make it a lot easier for myself, I've only chosen anime that came out this year. Now, this list is in no particular order, and I'm not including series that I have not finished, mainly due to internet restrictions and not having enough internet to download what I need. Now, this is my personal list, so if your favourite worst anime is not on this list, please let me know down in the comment section below. Now, let's get right onto it. Now, first up we have Berserk 2016. Now, the first thing I want to say about Berserk 2016 is the art style. If you watched Berserk when it first came out in, I believe it was 1999, the art style was the generic gritty anime art style of the time. However, since then there's been 3 or 4 movies that have come out in the lead up to this series, and it's changed from what it was back pre-2000 to the cel-shaded CG style that is come to be. Now, it's not entirely great, but it's not bad either, shall I say. It looks like it's come directly from the Berserk Musou game that just got released around the same time. The other thing is the way that this series ended, and they made it open. So you could tell there was going to be another season coming. Now, the original did not do that. They ended it. Well, the first 2 eps were the final 2 eps of that series. Next we have Nurse Witch Komugi R, which was another revived anime this year. Now, for what it's worth, I would say it's set in an alternate setting. However, the story was not great, not original, and this anime was going to be the first of my dropped entirely if I had not decided to binge watch it. This is not a series for those that enjoys there's oversaturated colours filling the screen almost 100% of the time, and it was annoying. Next we have Oya-san wa Shunki. Now, this is the first of the short length anime series on this list that I did not like due to a lack of story connecting all the episodes together. Now, as I'll probably only leave it on as background because there's not much really happening in each episode. Other than that, anyone that's watched a lot of anime could see everything happening from a mile off. Another shortlist anime short length anime we have is Pun de Peace. Now, I'll just say this, it's all about cute girls talking about bread. I'm serious about this. It's a bread anime featuring high school girls. They even make the bread and talk about all different kinds of bread and what goes with them. I've probably never seen so much bread in an anime in one ep compared to most other cooking related anime. Next we have Uchu Patrol Luluko. Now this is Trigger Studios short length anime for this year. Now it's filled with Easter eggs from other series that Trigger has done, but the reason why it falls on this list is due to how predictable and cliche the story is. Now, I think it's possible that Trigger had a bad 2016 due to, I believe, the same season had Kiz Naiba come out, and that did not receive great scores. Tales of Zestiria the X. Now, those of you who have watched the OVA for the actual Tales of Zestiria game have already seen the first episode. Second, if you include episode 0 as the first episode, which is what Alicia was doing pre-game. Now, considering where it ended, there is still quite a bit of the game left that they have to show. So, there's going to be a second season coming out. As for showing characters from Tales of Berseria, I understand that it's set in the same world, but what other connection is there going to be? Now, hopefully the second season can answer that, but I probably will not be watching it. Mayoiga. Now, what do you get when you put a whole lot, I should say, a busload of people wanting to go to a remote village to start over? That is Mayoiga. Now, this is one depressing mystery anime that it came in the same season as Erased, and it had major competition for me to watch. I managed, but with the lack of pacing and substance, I almost fell asleep watching it. Now, in fact, I'm trying to look at my notes at the same time, try and remember what I wrote. That's pretty much what Mayoiga was about. I really can't remember much about it. Now, the final three are all short-length anime, much like a couple of the others that I've mentioned. The first is Show by Rock Shorts. Now, this is for people who've watched Show by Rock Season 1. Now, all I can remember of watching it is that it's the characters, maybe 2 or 3 episodes per band, in an alternate setting, just doing a small little story to give them some kind of background, or what's the word I'm looking for? Some kind of past, or in one instance. Other than that, it's probably not a good anime to watch if you're just trying to find something. Next is Onigiri, which is based on the MMO. Now, I was expecting Substance, but for a short length anime, all that happened with it was just the main female characters and some sort of, what would I describe it as? Something like Final Fantasy 15, but without the car. There are battles, of course, but not with any of the major enemies from the game that I could remember. Now, this is not even as good enough to have playing in the background. And finally, we have Wagamama High Spec. Now, this is the last of the short-length anime for the year that I've thought was pretty bad. Now, this, I believe, is based on a visual novel. Like Pun the Piece, there is little substance, mainly because it features high school girls set in one location, not doing much. There's not really much to say about it other than that.